Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geekenders. I'm one of your hosts, Dodger, and that's one of your hosts, Jesse, and that's Crendor.
Hey, what's up? I'm back.
Our sweet love, Crendor.
Dude,
Welcome back, buddy.
Pre-show, I already had him being existential. Jesse was like, it doesn't even matter. We're not #1. We'll be forgotten about in 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
None of it matters.
Whoa, don't spin this yarn.
It's literally what you said.
We said that this is the #1 geek podcast without a doubt. And then you said, is it though? And I said, probably not. But in our minds it is. And in 100 years, it won't matter. In 100 years, it won't matter. No one will
I
care.
said, why'd you pick 100? You could have said 1,000. But 100, that's not even like...
you don't...
That's not even realistic.
You
There's
tell
be
me
someone
about
listening to this in
someone from
100 years.
the 1920s that you love, Crendor.
You know, Jim Brown, NFL. He played back then, I think.
The 1920s?
Yeah, he played Jim Brown.
Furiously Googles. Yeah.
Uh-oh, that was 1957.
Try again.
Dude, I'm close.
That's what I'm saying. 100 years is a long time. No one remember you, dude.
There might be somebody in the chat who's gonna be there, and he's like taking this future drugs to stay alive.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I actually, out of anyone I know, you're probably the one person I believe in 100 years people will still be talking about.
It's possible. I may have had my David Lynch arc.
It's like that meme that was going around that was, in 1,000 years, no one will know who you are. And the guy's like, not if I eat the Mona Lisa. And that's how I feel about you. You'll do something so goofy that the universe will just know you forever. Like that's...
It's possible.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
You know what's great, though, is we're like adjacent, so we'll know about it immediately.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
That feels like some sort of conspiracy thing where we all go to jail together. And frankly, I'm not down for that.
You think you're going to get roped in?
I would not do well in prison.
I think if Crendor ate the Mona Lisa, it would be really difficult, unless they go back and watch this podcast, it would be really difficult to tie us to it, you know? But if they watch this, then they're like, Jesse put that thought in his head, accessory. And then you go to jail. Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah, but I would never eat the Mona Lisa unless it was like
what would you eat?
owner.
What piece of art looks delicious to you that you would eat? A Pollock, maybe?
I don't know enough about art to even answer the question.
Joke. That's a good joke.
I don't even get the joke.
It was above Crendor's head, but it was a good joke.
It was way above my head. I got nothing. I mean, the art, all the art I know is from Animal Crossing. Where you have to buy it from the fox.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, that's art. And then I know about it because I learned about it in the game. It's like when I learned everything about history from playing Age of Empires or Total War games.
Jesse left. Gone. That's how much that alarmed him.
I didn't mean to do that. It was very well timed, though. It was like, all right, hold on.
Yes.
Crendor, you've been on the show many times, but because you're our friend and have been for some time, we've never truly done Chat Gets On Us. We don't necessarily do intros very well.
That's so true.
And for you, we've never done an intro. And I'd like you right now to please
pitch yourself, Crendor.
Introduce yourself to everyone Yeah, everyone listening or watching right now,
pretend that you're that we don't have this rapport, and you need to like really be like, I'm like, Crendor, and here's what I do.
Who either of you are.
Yeah,
you don't. You
this
do.
This is fresh podcast energy.
Yeah, we invited you on our podcast, and you're aware of us. You looked this up once or twice, and you were like, "It seems fine."
You listen to the first like 5 seconds of one of the Geekenders, and you were like,
"Yeah,
I get the gist."
Yeah, this is trouble. This is fine, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for being on.
Hey, thanks for having me. You look, really familiar, but I think it's just because I've seen this show once in years ago.
Same with most people who have watched the show, just one time.
Yeah, just one time. That's enough.
Yep.
Because a lot of them have the same sort of, situation going on. So
right.
Exactly. I'm Crendor. I create things online sometimes, such as pointless top 10.
What is that? How does that work?
I'm glad you asked, because it is a show where I've made top 10 lists out of pointless things, but they're not actually pointless things. And it's actually bothered me.
It's a misnomer.
Because
give us an example.
Well, in the intro, I say you make it out of pointless things, all right? But the things of the list aren't pointless. The list itself is pointless to the point where I've decided I was going to redo the intro to change that bit, but I didn't because I was like, no, I've done this for like a decade. I can't change it now, right?
I see. So what you're saying is the things that wind up on the list aren't pointless. It's more of a vibe of like, who would make this? Why did someone take the time to make this top 10?
Right. Because everybody makes top 10 lists. They're like top 10 lists out of whatever. And everyone's got the same lists over and over. But I was like, what if I make a list out of like grass? Nobody's going to do that. And so the list itself became pointless, not the things on the list.
So
however, the things on the list can be pointless.
Okay. But they aren't necessarily pointless.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what would be on this list? What would be on these lists?
I'm glad you go look it up on youtube.com/Crendor right now and see those lists for yourself.
And it's just like, like best forests? Is it like best walks I've been on? Like, how does this work?
Exactly. Could be anything. Grass.
That's pretty evergreen, honestly. You could just do whatever.
Yeah,
exactly. You could watch those from like 8 years ago if you wanted on youtube.com/Crendor, and people still are. In fact, people that don't even play World of Warcraft watch those.
Is World of Warcraft typically like your thing?
Oh, is it? Of course.
Is it?
Well, I guess it used to be, but then it wasn't, and now it is again.
Oh,
it's been a roller coaster, much like actual World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I try to do my due diligence. I was looking you up. Apparently, you used to do something called machinimas. What is that?
That's a machine cinema. Ancient terminology you're digging up there. Ancient.
Machines, so it's like a movie about machines, or
no, it was the term for making a movie. All right, cinema, the wordage, out of a machine, which would be your computer. All right, and then you're filming these video games, as the kids call them, and combining them into works of art.
Oh, like the ones on Pornhub.
No. Did you make stuff for Pornhub?
Are you one of the erotic artists?
I did not get paid enough.
Wizard stuff?
No. No, that wasn't me.
So it's not like CGI.
Crendor.
It's not the same as CGI.
Oh yeah, no. That was Crendor. But I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I was talking about.
And
you went as long as you went as long as you could, and honestly, I'm impressed.
Dude, I can't work
that far.
I can't work in structure, even if it's like, like even within that structure, I started branching into like a what is pointless top 10. But like it's true, right?
Also, I just want to say,
Also, this is like this is a weird. It's hard to do like a pretend you don't know us when I literally do a show every week for 10 years with one of the people. It's like, I don't know who you are.
Just getting our dead fish stare at you. Like,
yeah, this is like this is like one of those weird like sitcoms or reality thing where the time paradoxes happen. Right. It's like in Sailor Moon.
Urkel becomes cool. He becomes Stefan.
Yeah, Urkel becomes cool. It's like Sailor Moon, like with her, like seeing different reality. Like, you know, it's like any of those. It's weird.
What? I did just learn something, though. I didn't know that machine cinema is where machinima came from.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm all about.
Know that.
Why would I know that? I didn't make them.
It's like right in the name.
Machine cinema would be the first thing that someone.
Yes.
No. I maintain
machinima.
I don't think a person would immediately go, it means machine cinema.
That's the first thing I would think of because it's right in the name.
Because you knew it already.
You can't blame me.
You were molded in it. You were born and raised in that shit. Same as Crendor.
You can't blame me for red versus blue. I didn't do that. That wasn't
to be
my
fair, thing. I also didn't know it was machine cinema until I figured it out. Like, and I was signed on with them. I didn't know that. Which, by the way, terrible time. Actually, you know what? It wasn't too bad. Only the contract stuff was bad. They did like pay you on time and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It does.
Which listen, for 2009.
You know what? That sucks. Well, it was fine actually.
for like 2010, they like paid you on time. In fact, they gave you more money than I think they should have. I should have stuck on that contract. They were giving you like flat rate CPMs and shit.
Did a 180 so quickly.
I don't know what happened here. You were like, listen, F machinima, but also, what a good time.
Well, the problem was they tried to own you forever. So that was bad. But the actual like contract and rates and stuff, looking back on it, like they were paying you flat rate CPMs in January. They were probably like, ah, shit, this is bad. So, you know, looking back, I was like, you know what? Kind of wish I still had that.
Contract. I wish I kept that.
Yeah, maybe I should have worked for them forever. Although they're out of business, so that would be bad.
Watching you go back and forth was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. You should become a politician. That you said nothing.
I said nothing. I don't know what you're even saying.
Nothing.
I didn't say anything. You're the loser. Your contract is bad.
It has been a really interesting like swing that we've done in the last 10 years, right? Of like being in networks and now swung all the way around to like, don't be in a network, just have a manager.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's going to swing back around to people being like, but wouldn't it be great if we were just all in a network together?
It kind of is.
I'm not stressed to you enough that on TikTok, well, by no means am I a successful TikToker.
Yes.
Even having some TikToks that get views, you get messages from dudes that are like, hello, I represent the
Lollipop
Ninja group. And we are looking for TikTokers to work together on a brand new multi-channel network. And you're like, if I was a kid, this might get me. But 100%. No, I'm out. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely happening still.
Yeah, but the thing is, there are networks now. Like you have a bunch of networks of but now it's like a bunch of big creators have formed their network. And then they work together, but then they realize, much like the networks of the past, we should just sign on random people and take their money. And everyone's like, I want to join the network with big creators.
I'm not going to. What the?
Bye.
They took him out. They took him out.
The
He's
best part
gone.
is I was about to be like, I'm not going to name any names.
Puts blur on, changes voice.
I happen to know a few people that are part of the I mean, look, it's definitely a thing. And Crendor's absolutely right. There's a lot of creator forward groups. The biggest problem is that when you join something like that, you're tied to the creators. And sometimes, I'm going to just say it, sometimes young men and women do stupid stuff. And that stupid stuff can come back to bite you in the butt. So
there's no way.
Be safe, kids.
I've never regretted anything in my whole life. The silence was so loud.
That's good.
That's what it's like when no one believes you. Now you know.
That's because everybody regrets something.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I was lying in case that wasn't clear.
That's
Oh
unbelievable.
no, we knew. Oh, we knew.
Yeah, no, it's everybody. Listen, even if you regretted like just what, like I shouldn't have eaten that, right? Like something.
Right.
That's how you know it's just completely false. That's why we were just taken aback. That's all.
No regrets, dude.
Yeah. So that's who I am. I'm Crendor. You can find me.
Glad we got that out of the way finally. After multiple episodes, I'm glad we finally got it out of the way.
We did it.
Yeah. Dude, I got my I didn't even realize that you had to click in your achievements on Twitch to get your
your little statue. Yeah.
Yeah.
get your purple heart. So I
You gotta
did
get your
that.
purple heart, dude.
Yeah, I need to tell people I got my purple heart.
I will say, having a purple heart, it kind of looks nice, but here's the thing.
I don't think it does.
Having
I think it looks
seen,
pretty
well,
dumb.
this is the twist here. It looks nice in comparison to the other two that exist. The marble one and the chrome one, having seen them, y'all, they ain't it. They're so ugly.
The other hearts that you can get.
Yes.
Oh,
the one for 50 million hours watched, the one for like 500 million or whatever it is.
It's
they're not good
5
looking.
million, then jumps to 50 million, then jumps to 250 million.
250,
which is so bonkers.
Which is they literally made that just for like the top like 5 people. Like,
Sure,
here you
totally.
go.
Yeah.
And then they're
It's
gonna
the
take
same-
it and be like, what if I threw it off a building? Like, you know they're gonna do that shit.
It's the same thing as when YouTube was like, we're going to make a 10 million subscriber button for people. And it's like, okay, that's for like 6 dudes.
I've never gotten any of my YouTube buttons.
What?
My
You
YouTube,
haven't
my
got
YouTube
your-
play plaques.
Let me point.
No, I don't have
you haven't got
those.
your plaque.
No.
I have mine, but in the other room. Yeah. You got to get on that. It
Yeah,
makes
you
you feel
flag.
superior to everyone else.
Honestly, the plaque it's cool. I think the plaque's pretty cool. It's classy.
Mm.
The Twitch heart, it's like weird. It's like they're trying too hard.
I
They're
do
like, you're
think
bleeding purple, right? And I'm like, I guess.
I do think like I like ours fine. I think they're fun. But it's definitely easier to figure out where to put something if you can put it on a wall.
Sure.
Yeah.
Immediately
I think
we were
it
like,
is-
these are so big. Where do we put these? Where did these go?
You know what they should have done? They should have done specialized, like, you know, like a wall hanger or a neon light for people.
A banner?
Or something to put up in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big thing. Because it is all background stuff. When you think about it, most of it is what are we going to give this person to stick in the background of their video to, like, always remind people that they're superior. Yeah,
They really just want you to stay on the platform.
Yeah, that's really it. I don't know.
Where the fuck else are we gonna go? YouTube streaming? No, thank you.
You never, well, I have streamed on YouTube. It's okay.
Same. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't
okay.
want to deal with I don't think either of you care that much about moderating.
Kick, dude, Kick is like, if you've been banned on another platform, you go to Kick. That's what Kick's for.
You can tell. Look,
or if you want to gamble,
you'll know something's up when Crendor and I are on Kick. Dodger will never go to Kick. It's not going to happen. Dodger would rather fade into obscurity. But Crendor and I, you'll know something. You'll know we're caught up in some stuff. If suddenly we show up on Kick,
something shady
there.
happened. It's the only place you can go is Kick.
Like, yeah, we definitely like stole more than candy from babies, but like there's a reason we're on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just be aware.
Yeah. No, I mean, really, you have to do, people always be like, I want to be a streamer, right? But like, you need to do more than that. It's like TV always said. He'd be like, if you don't have at least 5 sources of income, then you are an imbecile. And yeah, I remember him saying that. Actually, he said it more than once.
Verbatim.
Not the imbecile part, but
show the clip.
Yeah, show the clip.
There, Jesse, I'm sure you'll find it easy enough.
Yeah.
So cool. Thanks for that one, y'all.
He's had it a few times. But yeah, I mean,
don't worry, I'll just go to my back catalog where I just type in the information and it pops up on the
TV
screen.
one-liners.
TV, yeah, I have a whole doc. Don't worry.
He told me my arms were 2-dimensional. They're not anymore. They were back then, however. He was right.
Such a good roast.
It was pretty good.
That's almost as good. Oh my god. The best roast I've ever heard in my entire life. This is like a secondhand. I heard someone be.
Yeah.
I wasn't present for this roast, but I heard someone was called this, and it might be my favorite roast ever. No purpose flour.
What?
They were called no purpose flour, and that's really funny to me. I don't know why.
I don't get it.
I don't get
it. There's all purpose, no purpose. I don't know. That's so.
I see.
I get
like
it now.
the cooking flour.
I get it.
Okay.
I understand.
That made me laugh. I was like, "That's a solid roast."
That is a pretty good roast. Now that I understand the context of the humor intended,
yeah,
I do find it quite humorous.
It's a pretty good roast.
Did you guys know that raw flour is like extremely bad for you?
Hey, how many of those videos did you watch this week, Dodger? That you the videos first off, people are like, make this weird raw flour thing, and then the video where the girl's like, don't eat raw flour.
It's got like salmonella in it, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I always thought the reason that you shouldn't eat like raw cookie dough is because of the eggs. But it's apparently way worse to have eaten uncooked flour than it is to eat uncooked like raw eggs.
Yeah.
And I never knew that. And I feel like more people should know that.
They probably should, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most people do. There's just some people that have been given access to the internet and are stupid.
There's no way.
And
that's not true. Everyone on the internet's very smart.
We have a show on here we do every week. I think that's proof to the opposite of what you're saying.
I'm still.
You do how many shows? Does that like
enough to make it that I feel like I'm right, whether I'm not? It doesn't matter.
That's true. That's why I'm here.
If you're just on enough shows, yeah. If you're just on enough shows, people have to believe you.
In fact, half our podcast is Jesse being like this thing, and I'm like, I don't think you're right. And then we look into it, and he's like, you know what? I might not be right, but I don't care.
That's my whole life with Sam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be true.
That man knows how to triple down on a thing when he knows he's wrong, just to see.
I feel like Sam wouldn't even be like, you know what? Okay, like Sam still thinks he's right, even if you like show him everything. He's like, no.
If I can get him to the point where he tries to double down on a thing but laughs instead, I've won. If it's like it's so ridiculous for him to like insist that he's right about a thing that he laughs about it, great. I did it.
What's an example?
Small victories, I guess.
Small victories.
What's a great example of this?
Oh my gosh. It hasn't happened recently.
Is he changing?
Let me just stress.
I'm stressed.
This is Sam and Dodger.
Yeah.
Literally will not make toasted cheese sandwiches.
Oh.
Because neither one of them wants to like.
No,
I don't even know.
No. Not a toasted cheese sandwich. Toast with cheese on top, broiled with drizzle shit. I'm not doing it. Never ever. I'll never do it.
Right.
I do like
Sam
when I brought it up.
Will not do it either. So now no one's doing it.
Yeah.
No one gets to eat it.
Neither of you will give in to a thing you both enjoy.
I don't even think.
I
know if
didn't
they
eat
enjoy
it. I never ate it. I was trying to do a nice thing. I don't know why you always got to bring this up, but it gets me heated all over again. I was just trying to do a nice thing and make a nice thing for my husband. And he was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, well, never going to try that again.
In fact, when I brought it up on the one stream I did with him, I was like, you remember that? And he was like, oh yeah. And I was like, well, she said she never did it again because it was bad. And he's like, yeah, it fucking sucked. I was like, oh, all right.
We both still have a lot of feelings about fucking bread with cheese broiled on top.
Also, can I say, I think that man, I already thought he was like, I already thought he's lost his mind, but I think he's like fully off the deep end now. I remember this was like a month or two ago. I tuned in and he is like in his pre-chat thing. He had the chat screen up, whatever. People are talking and he's like, listen, chat, like, I don't know, like nothing in my life is good. And everyone was like, what do you mean? You have like a career and a family and like a wife and kid? He's like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, this man needs help. I'm not even joking. That was straight up. He's like, yeah, whatever. Because I think he was just so focused on his Twitch numbers, which, listen, once you've hit that point, you can't go full Twitch. Can't do it.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip. Somebody roll the clip, please. Yeah. That was when he was streaming League. I think that was tilting him.
I was about to say, it's all context because
see, I'm not even lying. Somebody knew. They're like, oh yeah, that was his League stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If like you are like that when you play League, you're like,
I'm not like that.
Meaning, this guy.
No,
guy
that's not true.
Is a
that's not true. You're a liar.
Bacon sandwich of
my opponent's
person.
a liar. I didn't say. I never said life had no meaning.
Literally, there's a whole ass animation of you being like, kids, don't play League.
Exactly.
Like cocaine, don't do it. It'll kill you.
That's not me saying life has no meaning. All right. That's me saying don't play League. It's not. Because when you play League, the meaning of life becomes League. So there's no meaning. There's no meaning. Right?
But if the meaning of life is League, and then
League is the problem.
League is depressing the shit out of you.
Exactly. Yeah. But League is it's the same way if you're a drug addict or whatever. The drugs become your life. They've taken over your life. They are your life.
Yeah, and just like that, I think both you and Sam realized that it wasn't for you. You had to get out.
I don't know if Sam's realized that. I think he just moves on to another game.
I tried.
All I'm saying is you're wrong because you said there's no meaning to life, but the meaning of life becomes the game. And on top of that, I don't even get mad at life if I'm playing the game. I get mad at the people in the game, which is the reason that I don't like playing it. Well, actually, you know what? I kind of enjoyed it a bit. Better to get
mad at yourself for bad plays than to get mad at others who had nothing to do with it.
You're the last person who should say that. You played Heroes of the Storm, you would blame everybody. You would be like, my team is garbage. I'm playing Asmodean, and my team doesn't do anything. Be like, Jesse, you're like 1 in 10, and you're like, my team. All right. See, this is what I mean. This is Cox and Crendors. Jesse says the thing. I got to correct
call me out on it. Like, that's so rude.
I'm not going to let you get away with it. It's wrong.
Look, here's the thing. If I was really pissed at a game and I said, fuck, I hate this game. I want to die. My life sucks. And somebody was like, actually, here's a bunch of stuff that you should be grateful for. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. So
exactly.
You know, like, I feel like we've all been there.
Yeah. It puts you on edge.
I've never done that.
No, never?
No, not that I can remember.
Can somebody roll the clip?
Roll the clip.
Yeah, somebody roll the clip.
It's literally just the clip of me going to Dodger's room and yelling at you. Like, you stupid game. You're stupid.
Hey, we roll that clip.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And so, you know, sometimes it was even therapeutic in League because you'd just like yell at the people in the game where they'd be like, jungler, can you do this? And I'd be like, I'm not going to do this, you dumbass. And then you'd like go back and forth. It was like just venting.
Can I ask a question, Crendor?
Yeah.
We're about to have Arcane Season 2. Are you ready for yet another huge influx of new baby players because they love Arcane so much?
Well, 2 things. Number 1, I haven't even watched Arcane 1.
What?
Yeah, because I don't care. Number 2, listen, I don't care about all the Arcane characters, the human characters or whatever. In fact, it makes me mad because it reminds me that Riot was like, we're selling Yasuos to the people. We're selling Jinx and Aries and shit. What happened to the Malthites? Can't put that shit in the show, so they're not gonna do it. What happened to the Dingers? There's like one Heimerdinger clip in there where he's like, whoa. That's like all I've seen. That's the only thing that would make me watch the show. All right.
Dude,
it just reminds me.
Heimerdinger is a major character in the show.
He's great.
Yeah, but like that's the one. That's what I'm saying. That's the one thing that'll get me to watch the show. All right, the Dingers. And like they stop because now it's just full of like the champions that don't. They're making champions that sell money, right? They want people to buy it. They want to like make shows out. That's why they made Yasuo's brother, because everyone banned Yasuo, and they're like, make his brother. Then you got to ban both of them, and then they don't give you like more than one ban, or actually they give you 2 bans. They might have at this point. I don't know. I stopped playing League. Actually, it's been a while.
I don't play League at all, and I love Arcane.
Same.
Well, yeah, because that's their audience.
What does that mean?
Their audience is people who don't know anything about League.
Exactly, because they want you to play it. That's the point.
Crendor, buddy, I gotta be real with you. I think look, I'm willing to hold in this hand the possibility that you wouldn't like it because it's been built up too much, and you'd be like, it was fine, I guess. But like, it's legitimately such a good show, dude. Like,
exactly, because it's made for people that don't like League of Legends. That's my third point.
People that like League of Legends love the show.
They're gonna watch it no matter what, because they're like, it's a League of Legends show. I gotta watch it. It's like people who watch the shitty ass video game movies and they suck ass. They're like, well, that sucked ass, but I like the game, so I'm gonna watch the movie.
Worse to argue with than Sam somehow.
I'm not even making. This is an actual argument I think I believe in.
I think I believe it. This is one of those few times I think I maybe believe what I'm saying.
The thing is, okay, I know it's a good show. Everybody's saying it's a good show. I'm not saying it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying a lot of the times these video game shows suck ass. It just so happened they made a good one, but people that play League of Legends are going to watch it no matter what. It's like people who watch the World of Warcraft movie.
So you're saying
because I don't like those shows.
You're saying you just don't know who to believe because you can't trust League people because they'll love it regardless because it's League, and you can't trust people who don't like League because they won't have the lore knowledge to be able to make an informed decision about whether or not they did the story justice.
No. What I'm saying is they made a League of Legends piece of media, much like many other video games have made media based on the thing, because they're like, people are going to watch this because it's got a thing on it that says League of Legends. The same way if they made a movie called, like, for example, a World of Warcraft movie, I would not have seen that movie if it was World of Warcraft. But that was a thing where I'm like, you know what? I got to see the World of Warcraft movie. And guess what? I thought it was mediocre, and I'd never watched it again. But I watched it because it was World of Warcraft. The same way some people watch this because it's League of Legends. But it just so happened that this is a good show. So they're like, wow, I like League of Legends and I watch it. And this is a good show. Yes.
Wouldn't you agree that most people that watched the WoW movie thought it was mediocre?
Exactly.
So then if most people that watched Arcane think it's good, maybe you'd think it's good.
You would think that, but I'm not most people. Because now,
Dodger, I'm gonna save you here really quick. I'm gonna save you.
Okay.
What I'm gonna having known Crendor, I'm gonna say too long. I've decided I can get through the gunk, the Kren swamp. I can get through the Kren swamp of this discussion and let you know Crendor does not and never will give a damn about the story in anything. He plays League because he can like shoot Heimerdingers at people. He doesn't care who Heimerdinger is. He doesn't want to know who Heimerdinger is. It's just a man who's a little furry boy who has like stuff. And Crendor will never need to or never want to know any of the backstory for any of that because he exists in a world where none of that's important. So what he's trying to say is, I don't want to watch that show because I don't want to give it my time because I don't care. And he's just talking around that.
I'm fine with I don't want to watch it. That's fine. You don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it's more, I don't want to watch it because I know I wouldn't care. It's the same way where like, I really don't, I played Diablo 4 recently, skipped every cutscene. every single one. When I played WoW, skipped every single cutscene. And actually, you know what? I think I watched some of one. It was like one of the in-game ones. Like, I just don't care. They could have been like, the story is like a clown came down and like started dancing and he like caused the rainstorm. They're like, sick, dude. Skip.
Someone in chat said, but he's into Warhammer. Chat, he's not into the lore of Warhammer.
I'm not into the...
He's like, yo, I like this rat because it has armor and a gun.
I also love the...
because he looks funny.
I also just mean like the RNG aspect of rolling 10,000 dice in Warhammer too. That's really
For
what
those
I
who
love
are
about
curious, this is his description. This is real. This happened. I don't remember if it happened on this podcast or on Cox and Crendor, but this happened. I said, Crendor, Toucher, what the hell is going on?
Just keep talking.
You know what? All right, this one's for the VOD, I guess. So, Crendor, when asked about World of Warcraft and what he enjoyed from the new expansion, his answer was, and I quote, I got to the second zone and I saw a lizard and I looked at that lizard for 20 minutes. That was a cool lizard, man. That's what this man said to me. That was his selling point on World of War. I was like, he's like, it was a cool lizard. He got like a weird face.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yep. Roll the clip.
Damn. Roll the clip.
roll the clip. Listen, my thing is I enjoy exploring in games. I enjoy the art and the atmosphere and the music and like everything. Like that's what I enjoy. But like the story to me, like I don't hate story. It's a thing that's there. So like when I play Warhammer, I'm like, dude, I love Warhammer. I love playing the rats. I love playing the lizardmen. I love whatever. And people be like, did you know the frog is like one of the oldest wizards in all of space and time? And like he transcends the universe. I'm like, oh, that's pretty sick. Anyway, I'm going to use him to cast my endless spells, which are now called manifestations.
You know what? Things are starting to click into place. This is why Crendor was perfectly happy with killing off every NPC in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, exactly.
Yep. Like, who cares about
because he doesn't give a shit about what was going on with them. Who cares?
Yeah, that's it. Because it's the story of that game, which is why I loved it, is you're creating the story. So like, why do I need some characters that are going to tell me their story? Like, it's not their story; it's my story.
Sure.
That's why bring in.
They could be part of your story.
Well, guess who's part of my story now? Random ass ghost people that have been summoned by the dead dude.
Nice.
They're mercenaries, and you know what? They got their own story now. Now they have a story that's been created through our playthrough of the game. Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
We played Baldur.
We started our Goblin run, dude.
Yeah. It's in fact, I loved how much Jesse was trying to get the story. Like Jesse's the complete opposite, where he looks for the story and everything.
NPC alive. I'm sorry.
We didn't kill everybody.
Well, that's because the one. Look, Crendor and I were talking about this. I genuinely thought that we had died and wiped because we were like, if we wipe, that's it, we're done. But then they threw us in prison. I've never seen that before. I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah,
I was pretty impressed.
I didn't either. And I think it even happened to me, and I still didn't know.
Yeah, and then we escaped, and our Goblin adventures continued.
Yeah, no, I just loved how you were just like, we need to go here because the story thing. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is we're playing together and forming our own story. And you're just like, the story.
No, I just wanted to see how you'd react to it. I wasn't trying to get the story to happen. I was trying to get moments where I could see what you guys would do in cutscenes.
You just wanted us to react to the story, though. That's what you wanted.
Yeah, because I knew you'd do goofy things, like when you talked to the guy you were trying to get the ogre to join us, and I was like, this is pretty funny. Or when Astarion was like grabbing your guy, and you were like, this guy's trying to choke me.
Oh my God. The Astarion thing was so funny because on my screen, he started to walk away. I went to talk to him and he went, oh, hello. And then immediately died. It was so funny. I was just
roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Yeah.
The best part is that it was just like the timing could not have been better. We're standing over his naked body, and it's like immediately rated by the voice actor. Very funny. Very good. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did raid you.
Yeah, Neil showed up, and it was an awkward moment
Sorry,
to be had by all. Didn't mean to kill your character.
Astarion was fine. He was fine.
Yeah, he was just in our way. He threatened Crendor.
He just needs a little drinky poo, and then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's okay. Yeah.
yeah. So we did somehow live. So that was impressive.
Yeah. Even though we haven't, I don't think, upgraded anything
No.
at all.
No.
The one guy that we could have bought some upgrades from
We
died.
killed? Question mark?
Died mysteriously.
Died under mysterious circumstances. Yeah.
Right.
And then a bunch of other people in that town died mysteriously.
Yeah.
And then we woke up in prison, which was, I don't know how that happened.
Well,
Then we killed a few more people to get out.
Mm-hmm.
But we did get out, so that's pretty good.
yeah. We did get out.
We did get
Yep.
out.
Yeah. We did get out.
We escaped with our fellow Gobbo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, us.
Now that I realize you haven't completed Act 1, I really want to do that with you, Dodger. You have no clue.
I think it would be really fun for us to keep playing as Gobbos.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't complete Act 1. That's wild.
Nope.
I'm jealous of the experience you're going to get to have.
It's to be fair, I think Dodger is the most Goblin so far in the playthrough. Yeah, like you fully embraced the Goblin. Like Jesse, he's still like part Jesse in there. That's why he keeps being like the story. But like you're not fully embracing the Goblin roleplay. Because if you're a Goblin, you'd be like, yes, kill them. Right?
No.
Yeah.
No, if I was a Goblin, I'd be like that Goblin. Look, we haven't gotten there yet. There's a Goblin in the Goblin hideout that when you go talk to them, all they do is they ask you, they go, tribe? And then you can just say back tribe and they go, tribe. That's it. That's all they say to you. That's the Goblin I am. Yeah, like tribe? That's it.
Tribe.
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 Yeah.
Tribe.
I think the funniest part so far has been, for those of you who haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, like really early, we honestly did not get that far because we were goblining too hard.
Yeah.
Really early on in the game, you come across like a group of people like who have like fortified an area with a big gate, and they're being attacked by goblins. And we had a mod on that made us into goblins, right? So we showed up and the game automatically put us on the side of the not goblins because you can't be a goblin in the normal game, right? And then once the goblins all were defeated, they were like, quickly, inside! And we were like, us? Okay. And then we acted accordingly, I think.
Yeah, we walked, they let us in, those fools, and then we murdered people in the town.
Yep. We were like, I don't know why you let us in here.
Why'd you invite us in? We were goblin. You knew it was going to happen.
It's very fun. Yeah.
That was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I like that it gives us wargs as well. I think that really does add to it.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little, it kind of makes up for not having any other characters help us. So the wargs are our friends.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have time for fast talking wizard boys or vampires. I don't know.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we didn't even talk to Gale. Gale, we left in a portal and we didn't even acknowledge.
Yeah, because who the fuck is going to be touching all that shit? Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's scary.
Jesse.
So we left.
Yeah.
We left Lizelle in a cage. We didn't even go that direction.
So you could tell
Poor girl
it's like tearing at Jesse's soul, not like getting these story points. He's like, we could have.
We have to get the star. We need a fourth. Look, I don't care who we get. We need a fourth person. We can't not have a fourth person.
You just want to see if we can have a goblin sex scene with her.
That's not even the point. Obviously, yes, but it's not. We need the fourth person.
We don't need him.
I mean, like, But the sex scene. The sex scene. Let me just stress to everyone, while playing as a goblin, the very first time we see our character, we're you know in the beginning you're in the sarcophagus and you're like this and you like and you try to get out. In this, as the goblin, you're already halfway through it standing. Like
the game, for whatever reason, we can't lay down. There's no like animation of us like anything other than mostly upright. So any scene where we're supposed to be like slightly laying down, it just has us standing up.
The scene where Starion grabs you and holds your neck, it was him holding nothing. And Crendor's character was like, hey, get off of me. But he's like, nowhere near it. All I want to see is the programming for the sex scene. It's going to be hilarious. I can't even imagine what that looks like. It's going to be pure joy is all I can see.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was going to bring up something completely unrelated.
Yeah, do it. What's up?
So I was watching people at TwitchCon,
mm-hmm.
and I realized how much I feel like we've outgrown conventions. It's just
what
like,
do you mean by this?
Because like we used to go to a bunch of conventions back in like our 20s, and it's like I feel like I've hit the point where I like conventions somewhat now for like the aesthetic and kind of being like, it's pretty cool, but like there's still. It feels like now they're just, I don't know. It's like people go to conventions just to go to parties and like connect with people. Are you talking about you? What?
Like, is it just like a you thing? You don't want to go? Feel.
Yes. And I'm just seeing if you agree. That's why else would I bring this up? Be like, I'm going to bring this up. Don't give me any opinions.
I think a couple things to consider is, we at this point maybe have burnt out on them, that they're still really fun and novel and exciting to people who haven't had the opportunities to go to a shit ton of them like we have. But yeah, I would agree that it's more difficult for me to go to them now, that I find them more exhausting now for sure. Yeah. But I feel more FOMO, not in wishing that I was there to like see everything that's on the floor and all of that, but more like they used to be a really good, convenient way to see a bunch of people that I never get to see, you know? So I do miss that. How do you feel, Jesse?
Thank you for inviting me to this conversation.
Yes, you're welcome.
I feel that the world of conventions, while no longer what it once was, it's still a great place to meet old friends, see fans, experience the finest in video game entertainment, and more importantly, sell out to anyone who's willing to spend the money on me to come and see their booth.
This is like E3.
If you pay me, I will. I'll come to your booth and be like, wow, what a great game. It can be anything. I don't care. Boy.
I think out of the three of us, Jesse, you're the one that has continued to like consistently go to them and still goes to them. Do you feel like? Yeah, no,
I'm joking when no one pays me. I wish they did, but ain't nobody paying me. This is some bullshit.
Jesse made his own convention.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to ask if you feel like there's a difference, like better or worse in quality of like what there is to do at conventions.
So here's the thing. I think the Summer Game Fest Playdays is amazing. It's my favorite one. It's basically like baby E3, and that it's very small, but like every game is there.
Nice.
Huge fan of that one. Love it. Well, I mean, this is fun.
Is that a fire alarm?
It's a fire alarm.
Are you gonna need to leave?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Jesse Cox
Hello.
here. So I was going to message Dodger earlier this week about how I got a message on Monday saying that there'd be fire alarm testing Friday in the morning and how I'd have to do the podcast from home. Except my ADHD kicked in. I forgot to message her and then also forgot
And
myself.
then also forgot that it would be happening.
And so here we are. Here we are.
I mean, the test is pretty much done. It works.
I think the test is over. All right.
They did it. That was quick. That
Look at
wasn't
that.
too
It
bad.
works.
Normally, when there's like a fire alarm test, they're like, and now we're also going to test how everyone is going to exit the building. So that's why I was like,
No.
do you have to go?
I feel so dumb. Yeah. Well, that's my life.
That's
What
okay.
were we talking about? What was the
Conventions.
Conventions.
Oh,
You
conventions, yeah,
were
so-
listing off like you had listed off game days as like a convention that you really love.
Right. So Playdays is great, very fun. Here's the difference. That is a limited amount of people. It is very like you're playing the games, you're moving from one thing to the next. To show you how small it is, there's like an open drinks area. And then, like that's how small we're talking. Like this is pretty chill.
Yeah.
That's very fun. PAX is still very fun, but the problem with PAX is it has like a lot of I don't know, it like keeps getting like there's less and less games there. Does that make any sense? Like
Yeah.
it is
more like
less than
co-opted.
yeah. I mean, I guess the only reason I can think of go to PAX is if you want to see like a cool panel or you want to like, I don't know, but vendor wise, they're not vendor, but exhibitor wise, it gets less and less gamey every year.
It's more like Comic-Con-y.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why I don't like TwitchCon or going to Comic-Cons. They're just too big, or Gamescom's too big. But it's what I'm trying to get to. The point is each one's different. And so I can say I love some of them, but I would not go to TwitchCon again. Like TwitchCon, every time I go, I convince myself it's going to be different. And every time it's like 85 booths of lighting and makeup and credit cards, and then maybe 2 or 3 booths that are video games. And none of it really speaks to me as being fun to look at and see. And most of it is performative. You see a lot of people going around with like their crew and everyone's filming and they're all like, we're live from TwitchCon. And it's like a lot. And it's just not my scene. Like it isn't. The last TwitchCon I went to, I witnessed 3 separate fights. All being recorded. I was like, nah. And I heard that stuff went down at this TwitchCon because people from Kick showed up trying to like start stuff. And I was like, that's hilarious. Why?
Classic
What? I was like,
Classic Kick.
yeah. And so I just don't like TwitchCon just because it skews young. It feels like going to VidCon. Anyone who's been around knows that VidCon is like,
oh my
Yep.
God, I haven't thought about VidCon in years.
VidCon's like 14-year-old girls screaming, and it's not our scene, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think that's part of it too. I think a lot of conventions now have a bunch of people streaming them too, and there's this weird like,
Yeah.
even no matter where you are in the convention, it's like there's somebody that's going to be streaming it, and you're going to be like, "Oh, I picked my nose." And they're like, "Dude, there he is in the background picking his nose." And it's like, there's the,
Somebody picked their nose in that clip. Clip it. Put it on live stream
Clip it.
fails. Yeah.
Flip it. Yeah. So and that even happened at like I remember the last BlizzCon we went. It was like 2019. There was like people live streaming it, and I would just see them like streaming, walking around like, and I was like, I'm gonna go the other way.
Sure.
It was just like,
But also, admittedly, Dodger, you live on the other side of the world. You have a lovely family, and you have like a life outside of Twitch. Crendor, you don't do anything. So
Yep.
the fact that the two of you are like, it's really hard to go to conventions. I'm like, yeah, because you both grew up. Not me. I'm going to the grave being a goofy goober. So I love conventions. I love going to them. I love seeing people. That's why I love doing live shows. I suck up your energy. That's how I continue to live.
it's true. He does feed off the energy.
He
Yeah,
does 100%.
I
It's
am
like
an energy vampire.
photosynthesis.
I'm sucking you up.
Yeah.
Okay, then how about this for a question? Jessup.
Yeah.
if somebody came to you and was like, I want to go to a convention, but I'm not sure which ones are the most attendee friendly. So like, I think we could agree, like, TwitchCon is more for streamers than it is for stream viewers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What would you say would be your like top 2, top 3? Like, what conventions would be best for an attendee? Somebody who isn't going to get any sort of special treatment, or just going to experience it.
For attendees specifically, I think MagFest has a lot to offer. MagFest every year has a lot of like great music venue things. At night, that place is crazy. And I think during the day, although admittedly, most people do not wake up during the day. They're up all night at like concerts and stuff. But MagFest is fun. Dragon Con, I think, is incredibly fun.
Dragon Con is so fun, dude.
So much to do at Dragon Con. Absolutely think that's a winner. Oh man. I think if you're a, like, even though I hate to give them credit on this, because when I go, I always do not engage that much, but I definitely feel that if you're a Blizzard fan, BlizzCon is a lot of fun. It is a thing that, you're not like us, where we've been in the ecosystem and we've like seen how sausage gets made. If you're just a fan, BlizzCon is incredibly fun for fans. And so I'll give them that credit for sure. But yeah, if you're like on the other end of that and you know how cons run, you're like, ugh. But yeah, I think BlizzCon is a great con for Blizzard fans for sure. Just like I would imagine TennoCon is a great convention as well, or whatever the Quake one was. The like hyper specific cons. If you're a fan, it's probably like Adepticon.
You're gonna
that
feel
kind of
very
stuff.
catered to. Yeah. There's a bunch of people in chat who have never heard of Dragon Con before. Dragon Con is buck wild. It is absolutely massive. It is in America. But the thing that makes Dragon Con really interesting is it doesn't cater to a specific genre of like nerdiness. It's just everything. So like Jesse and I, when we went to a bunch of like paranormal panels where people were talking about ghosts and shit. So like there's so much, like just anybody who has something to nerd out about, they'll have a panel and you can go watch it.
They have different tracks. So,
cool.
So it isn't just like this is the cosplay or this is the gaming or this is the sci-fi, whatever. You can see lists of things. It's like, well, this building, because again, Dragon Con's huge. There's like different hotels that host different panels. And each hotel has like a different track of things where if you just want to go and see paranormal panels all day, you can. And that's when Dodger and I were waiting to go do our video game panel. We were like, let's go see the paranormal ones. That was the best couple hours of my life. That was some of the funniest things I've ever. I'll go to my grave knowing that this woman was telling a story about like ghosts, and they were like, well, how did she die? She's like, she was decapitated. And then the host said, okay, well, that's it. And then everyone got up and left. And we were like,
that was the note that it ended on. It was a lady telling a really long story and then being asked for a specific detail about how this person she told a story about died. And she was like, oh, she was decapitated. And then we just all had to leave.
Yeah, like there was no closure. It was one of the craziest things. I couldn't believe.
That's like every Cox and Crendor news story. It'll be like, this man threw peanut butter at a house and he got arrested and shouted like 2050. And we'll be like, wait, what? And they're like, that's it. And we're like, what? There's no answers.
We went to a panel that was literally 3 people pitching their idea for a TV show and then playing the episode of the TV show where it was like, welcome down to spooky Louisiana or whatever. It's like, we're going to go see all the haunted places in New Orleans. And it was, imagine the 3 most stereotypical ghost hunters you could think of. And it was just them. It was so funny. We were sitting there and I couldn't believe what it was literally just, we're trying to pitch you our TV show.
Mm-hmm. That was the whole thing.
And I've never seen that TV show. Clearly didn't make it. So we got to see the one and only episode of a TV show that they were definitely hoping would be a thing. And it was great. Loved
I've
it.
also never, I think we talked about this before, but I have never seen a panel like that before. Before that or since then, of people being like, yeah, we got a panel slot here to pitch you our idea for a show.
And we're just going to play you an hour episode from our show. We're just going to play you our
pilot episode. Yeah.
I loved it. It was so much fun. Again, it's so purely a like fan-based convention that you can find something to do the entire time. And that's why when you said fan-based, that's what I was thinking, like, oh, MagFest is like constant party, Dragon Con, there's something for everyone, like those kinds of things. I think is very fan-friendly. Like, the problem, I think, with PAX is that a lot of it's driven by creators. I don't know how their ecosystem became so lopsided, but like every panel is essentially your favorite streamer is coming, so
yeah,
you should come too. And it's like, all right, but then it sort of deludes the overall like what the vibe of the convention is, because everyone's just there for their one person or two people, and then no one interacts anymore. No one like hangs out and vibes. It's kind of like, I went and saw the panel and now I'm gonna go home, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I would say, in fact, I think most reasons like people go to panels is to just hang out with or not panel, but conventions was to hang out with their friends.
Sure.
And I think it's still like that.
That's why I do it.
I know a lot of people that are like, no, I didn't get a ticket to go in, but so many of my friends are going to be there that I'm just going to get a ticket, and not a ticket, but like get a plane ticket and then just hang out with people the whole time.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, like,
because like, I mean, even thinking back on all the conventions I've been to, and most of my memories are just of interactions with other people. It's never like, man, I played this game there and it was amazing, or like I went to this panel. It's always just like hanging out with somebody.
Yeah, it isn't the convention. It's at 2 a.m. stumbling into a Little Woody's and having the best chicken sandwich of your life because you've never been drunker, and then telling your friend Dodger about that chicken sandwich from Little Woody's, and then discovering that chicken sandwich from Little Woody's doesn't exist, and you have to wonder where the hell you got that chicken sandwich from, and things start getting weird. That's a story. That's good times.
Yeah. Or like when you go to a Whataburger and then you're so drunk that you go sit down, and then they come up to Jesse and go, you forgot your wallet. And he's like, oh, shit.
It was the nicest Whataburger people I've ever, you know what? They gave my wallet. They didn't say anything. It was great.
Yeah.
But with that said.
And somebody showed up outside the window when you were sitting there with your wallet, and they were like, it's just Cox. He's Crendor. They wrecked this, but then
that also was PAX
wasted.
South, and PAX South slapped.
PAX South was probably the best PAX. Yeah,
it was the best one. It was the chillest. It was the most fun. Plus San Antonio, we had a lot of fun finding random restaurants in that city that were like delicious. It was a blast, and then they shut it down. Rip.
I know, man.
That sucked. I remember at PAX South, I was talking to some game developer there, and then some guy just came over and like I was here, developer here, person walks up in between us like this. And we looked and we're like, hello. And he said, are you Crendor? And I said, yeah. And he goes, do you know where Dodger is? And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know where Dodger was, but I was like, oh yeah, I think I saw her over there. So I just like sent him on a random direction.
That's funny because I have similar stories too. One time at PAX, I was having a conversation. I think it was with Octo at the time, and we're by a trash can, and a man walks up to us and says, hey, are you Jesse Cox? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you know where Dodger is? And I was like, no, I don't. And he's like, here. And he took off his shirt and he gave it to me. He said, give this to her. And then walked away. We threw the shirt in the trash, mind you, but it was
always forget this story.
Man took off his shirt. It was like, give this to her. So
a lot of people looking for Dodger.
Thanks everyone for being chill.
It was never like anybody that was just like, hey, what's up, man? Like, how's it going? Like, is Dodger around there? It was always just really weird.
It's always the amount of times in my life I've had people, this is not even a joke. This is what I was like, for every nickel I had, I would have money. People constantly are like, hey, Jesse, question for you. I'm like, what's up? Like, do you know where Dodger is? I'm like, oh, no, I don't. I'm like, all right, cool. My favorite one, oh my God, my favorite one is one time, Dodger, you were right next to me.
Yeah.
And this dude was like,
That's
hey, do you know where Dodger is?
To
and I was like, no, I don't know. And you were like standing right there. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh my God. That reminds me of, we went to, I don't even remember what it was. It might've been like Fogo. It was a JP thing. JP was like, come to wherever. So we went there and there's a family that came up to us. You know what I mean?
I just love, sometimes when you're telling stories, you decide to leave out details that like people want. It makes me laugh. Anyway, we were going to, well, it doesn't matter. So anyways, this guy came over.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. A family came up to us. All right. It was JP invited people to go out to eat. All right, there you go. So we were there. And it was like me and Jesse were sitting next to each other, and this family came up and they were like, wait, you're Crendor from Cox and Crendor. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God, this is awesome. And they like took a picture and Jesse was right there. And they're like, all right, bye.
That was the best was the name call out too. They're like from Cox and Crendor. And I'm
like they knew.
Oh, never mind. Nope, they don't care.
They didn't acknowledge you one bit.
I mean, I think sometimes this happens because occasionally we travel in little packs, you know, we just walk around as like a little group of friendos, and a person will come over and be like, holy shit, you're so-and-so. And we've done this enough times that the rest of us will sort of like hang back and be like, oh, we'll let them have a moment, chat with this person, whatever, you know? And so then when there's a follow-up of like, hey, I'm also looking for this person, but the person that they're looking for is like over the shoulder of the person they're talking to. There's something kind of funny about that. But at the same time, like we did step back, right? We did try to give you some space. So it's, you know.
It's just normally 99% of the time, it's usually people are like, it's Jesse. And then they look over and they're like, and you're Crendor. But this time it was just, you're Crendor.
I think Jesse's very recognizable.
Yeah,
so
I always
people
said
notice Jesse first.
Jesse is like a lighthouse beacon of social activity. Like he's just like he's just constantly shining the light, and people are just like, oh, Jesse Cox.
You know, you think it would work in my favor, but it also lures everyone ever on the street on like no matter what. In the last week, to give you an example, I have had 4 dudes come up to me and ask for cash. Why me? No clue. I was at a grocery store and a kid was like, kept looking at me. This like little baby kid kept looking at me, and I'd smile at this kid, and this kid would make like the cutest noise. So I keep smiling, and the mom looked at me and was like, please don't do that. I was at, I had like a couple in the parking lot of the grocery store start just talking to me about, I think it was my shoes. I don't remember what the hell was going on. This was like Monday. And that is, people just come up to me and talk to me, and I don't know why. I don't know. I want to be the threatening. I want people to be threatened by my presence. Where they see me and they get like scared. Apparently not. Like I was saying, when I was in London, a random dude came up to me and was like, sir, why me? What about me? Are people like, well, he's not threatening at all. He's, you know what? If anyone is not going to attack us, it's this guy.
Oh yeah, Dodger, have you heard the take the sock story?
No.
So I talked about this on Cox and Crendor. It became a massive whatever. So thing people talk about.
Dodger's absolutely right. When you start to tell a story, you go one direction, stop, and then just pivot to something completely.
He halts, and when I'm like, finish the thought.
He's like, you don't need to know that. It's stupid.
I knew that the situation that you were in with JP was a food situation.
Right.
But not everybody would.
They figure it out. So I'm in the grocery store.
What's the sock
all right?
thing? Yes.
Yeah, I'm in the grocery store.
Okay.
Walking down a random aisle, and this like 10-year-old kid runs up, and he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was like, why?" And then he's like, take the sock. And he just looks at me, and I was like, what? And he's like, take the sock. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying. And he's like, you don't know what I'm saying? And I was like, no. And then he paused, and then he ran away. And so initially I was like, am I on TikTok? Am I getting pranked?
Yeah.
Am I going insane? Is this like a leprechaun?
Take the sock. Found nothing. We could not find it. I was like, what does it mean? Take the sock.
And I assume he wasn't handing you a sock.
No, he was not. That's because I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. Or I was like, maybe there's like some TikTok thing where you have to like take your sock off. I don't know. I don't know the current things. All right. So anyway, I was like, okay, I brought up on Cox and Crendor, and we were like, yeah, we can't find it. But then some listener was like, I think it's from this. And then we click it, and it's this TikTok of this guy who's like going up to random people, and he goes, what's your name? And they're like, Jerry. And he's like, take the shot. And then the guy's like, oh, shoot. And he like starts running. And then the guy's like, ha, ha. And it plays some like stock footage laugh of like, hoo, hoo, hoo. And he does that like 20 times. It's the most fake shit you've ever seen. It's clearly like extremely staged. But I was like, that's it. So the kid tried to do that where he was like, take the shot. But then he didn't go like, or like he didn't act into it. He just,
he didn't know how to commit.
Yeah.
Also,
and so I think
once a grocery store. So like, where was the assassin at? Like,
on the like fucking cereal boxes.
Cereal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And like, I think he expected me to be like, oh no, and run away. But I was like, dude, I don't know. And he's just like, I got to get out of here. He just ran away. That was it. And I was
I think should be the number one indicator that most of those things you see on the internet are fake. Like most people don't have the patience for like, take the shot. They'll be like, what?
Huh?
Dude, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing right now?
Yeah. So it's again, the constant access to brain rot. It's an issue.
It is.
Speaking of brain rot, this is a weird segue. Crendor, you're the one person I need to know your take on this.
Great.
Nintendo's Alarmo.
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
Nintendo announced that they're releasing an alarm called Alarmo that you literally use to wake up in the morning, but it senses and detects you so that when you move around in bed, it plays noises like yahoo, bring, bring. It will make noises to get you out of bed.
It's dumb.
I thought for sure you of all people would be the one who's like, yo, that's awesome. I got to get an Alarmo.
No, I don't like this.
I bet there have been people making videos like trying to guess which sounds would be the like you got to get the fuck out of bed sounds, like sounds from games that give us a visceral reaction of like like the drowning noise from Mario or something, I
don't want to be woken up like that either. I don't want it to be like shocking me awake by being like coin collecting noises and shit. Like
maybe you can decide like I want specifically Zelda noises, and then it's like nice noises, and then it turns into not that as nice
on your phone. You probably just get that on your. So it's like who are they?
It is interesting. I was thinking the same thing when I saw the video for it. I was like, all this can just be. You can program your phone to make you wake up to Mario noises. Like you can do that.
But does like your phone know if you sat up yet?
Probably.
Does your phone know to annoy you until you're out of bed?
Yeah, I would say that if you had the Zelda one, that when you get up and like, you go from like being prone to like sitting up, it does the do 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 do, like the treasure chest sound.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the winner.
That'd be fun for like 2 days. And then you'd be like, whatever.
It does seem like it's targeting kids, but at the same time, $99 is too much for a kid's thing.
Yeah.
Like an alarm clock for a kid, nah, that's gonna get destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Apparently it's
100%.
$99 people are saying, so that
It
also
is. $100
is
for one of those
price
is
point
like
for an alarm clock.
Yep.
Yeah,
99,
especially an alarm
99.
clock that doesn't like do anything
Yeah.
Yeah.
besides being an alarm clock. Like it isn't like it's a one of those Google Alexa things where you can actually talk to it and it does. Like if I could be like, Alarmo, what's the weather like today? And Alarmo was like, hey, it's gonna be so cold. Wear the jacket. Like I would love that. Then I'd be like, all right, that's cool.
Hold on, it's got the how does it work? Before the alarm, a character from the title you selected waits patiently on the screen. Okay? Alarm begins. Gentle sounds unique to the scene you've chosen begin to play. A visitor arrives. After a few seconds, someone or something from the scene you picked will appear. Wave your hand or move your body to make the clock quieter. Depending on the title you've chosen, you might also hear coins or other familiar game sounds when you interact with Alarmo. A brief snooze. Eventually, your visit will end and gentle sounds will play again until your visitor returns. This will repeat a number of times if you stay in bed. If you stay in bed too long, oh shit, your alarm will get more intense and you'll get a visit from someone more persuasive, which is Bowser's on the screen. He's like, listen, man, I'm going to beat you up, you little bitch. You don't get up. And then it says you did it. When you get all the way out of bed, your alarm will stop and you'll be treated to a brief victory fanfare. Hurrah.
Amazing.
I need a whole YouTube series or maybe just a podcast, but maybe ASMR of Crendor reading Japanese to English copy for products.
That's
'Cause
good.
that was amazing. That was, I don't know what the hell I was listening to, but I loved it.
This is literally on Nintendo.com. It's not even a Japanese translation.
I'm just saying, it feels like some of those lines of dialogue were like directly just like, snooze yourself for morning. I was like, what?
Huh? Dress up. What else do we have in the news this week?
Oh, are we doing news?
Yeah,
oh,
let's do it.
Oh, well.
Oh, news.
Hey, everyone. If you want to feel old, this week, Alien Isolation celebrated 10 years. So that's the whole thing. And as part of the 10-year anniversary, they announced they're making a sequel. So that sounds exciting, and hopefully with less Android sections. Silent Hill 2 has been getting great reviews, which, somehow people are still mad about. I guess it's one of those things where it's I don't know. Is it the internet? What's the deal? Do people just like love to hate on Bloober Team? Is that the vibe? What's going on with that internet? Why do people not want Silent Hill 2 to be good?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. But either way, people were talking shit on it, and then it became good. And then the Silent Hill 2's original director mentioned that he was like super proud of it. And so I don't know what's going on there, but people seem to not be happy with Silent Hill 2 despite it getting good reviews.
People are never happy.
Yeah.
Just people are like that. Like, man, the internet has gotten so much more toxic. It really hasn't. It's just there's more people on it. So there's more toxic people. And I know that because I went back and I read my YouTube comments from 14 years ago. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're just as bad.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. I have 2 videos of just YouTube comment reading. In fact, let me just bring one up right now. Let me give you something. All right.
Let's go to the clip.
Let's go to the clip.
Roll the clip.
Yeah, roll the clip. All right, here we go. Really sad, just sad, Lamau. I do love how you are complaining about an expansion. Have much more that is preceded by the largest major content patch of the game and changing, well, pretty much everything, but okay. Then we have stopped after 50 seconds. What a waste of 50 seconds. How much time did you waste doing this? Get a life, Muppet.
Yo, you being called a Muppet's pretty good.
Get a life,
pretty good.
Muppet is
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
Honestly,
good.
that is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I don't see the point of saying that each expansion makes the game worse. With each expansion, more and more are joining to play the game. Bud, you have to smarten up. I have an 80 Night Elf Rogue, and your video was a fail.
Oh my god!
I love Bud. You have to smarten up.
Come over here. Let me hold your hand when I say
this.
The
angriest Canadian. Bud, you have to smarten up.
Your first videos were more awesome. I'm afraid to say you've peaked. There it is.
You've peaked.
I peaked 13 years ago, dude. That was it.
You peaked.
I peaked 13 years. It's been all downhill since then.
Damn.
You peaked.
I mean, same, right?
Yeah. So again, this is 13, 14 years ago. All right. So all I'm saying is people have always been toxic on the internet. Again, it's just, there's more of them. So you're getting more of it and people have more access to it. So it's more constant and there's more platforms for them to be toxic on. So it's just people suck.
Yep. Speaking of sucking, and a little like segue from Silent Hill 2. I saw in chat people mention Konami because of Silent Hill 2. Maybe that's a reason to hate it. But hey, speaking of Konami, have you ever wondered what happened with FIFA after EA and FIFA split? It looks like the next FIFA game is coming out via Konami.
Oh, so interesting.
Let that sink in.
The heck?
Yep. FIFA and Konami are joining forces to make a new FIFA game. So that's a whole thing.
Hot dog.
Yes. Halo is getting a full-on rebrand with multiple games coming on Unreal Engine 5. And while, hey, that may be good news, who knows? 343 lost a lot of big names from their franchise history. Bonnie Ross left. Frank O'Connor, the franchise director, left. Massive layoffs happened in Microsoft's gaming division. Who knows what this is actually going to mean? Really? Maybe people will step up and we'll get something good, but I'll believe it when I see it. We'll see what happens with Halo. But I remember being very excited as a youngin' for Halo 3. It was the coolest thing. I was so hyped for that. It was a great game, and then I haven't enjoyed a Halo really since. So that's
maybe
where I'm at.
Yeah, maybe hitting the reboot button will be good. Who knows?
Yeah.
I liked Halo Infinite I liked Halo Infinite for like a week.
I mean, I guess Reach was awesome, but nothing got me like 3. It hasn't been the same. Kind of went off the rails there. Also, this week we learned some things about Ubisoft, which is all sorts of fun. So Ubisoft is apparently being sued for sharing, allegedly, we don't know, but allegedly sharing Ubisoft Store and Ubisoft Plus user data and metadata. So that's a whole thing. I guess they were just selling that, maybe. Who knows? Allegedly, a bunch of alleged things, but they're being sued. But also this week, we learned that Ubisoft was potentially, maybe, we're sort of waiting to find out, in talks with Tencent to buy them and make it all private, which I think is their way of trying to make the company more stable. And, because their stock tanked,
right?
According to Video Games Chronicle, I guess their market share halved. And the assumption was that going private would change the structure of how they would make games and what games they would choose to make. And I don't know that any of that matters if the same corporate leadership is there. You know what I mean? Like, you can buy, it isn't private. The idea that if you buy enough stock, you can make something private. No, you're just beholden to whoever owns the stock. So there's no real difference. It's just now you have a new boss. I don't know. Right. And so I feel like surely Tencent, if they bought Ubisoft, they want something in return for their money. So I would imagine it's still going to be microtransactions in a single player game. Like, I don't know what changes here, but people were like, yeah, maybe this could change. Like, all right, maybe, who knows? We'll see. But that is a whole thing as well. And that's pretty much the news. There's some releases coming. Course, well, I'm glad. Obviously, this week We had Silent Hill 2 and Diablo 4 came out, and literally today, Metaphor
just came out today.
Yep. Gonna play that tonight. Very excited.
I played the demo after you pitched it real hard, and I had a blast with it. So I'm excited to play that game.
It's fun, right?
I played Diablo 4.
Yeah.
How's that?
Pretty fun. It's Diablo.
Cool. All right. Nice selling. You sold me on it.
It's better than what it was. They've improved stuff.
That's good.
Some game mechanics actually, some game mechanics actually function now. So that's pretty good.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, back when the game launched, I believe resistances or some shit didn't even work. So they work now. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's a lot more like polished up. It's like one of those things where games always get better when they do expansions. It's like Civ. Like Civ always got better with expansions. So it's pretty neat. Oh, I also played I played the new Zelda. I've been playing that.
Yeah. Are you using the bed for everything? Apparently you can literally just use the bed.
Yeah, I've used the bed. I mean, I've used the bed for like 80% of the puzzles. The best part, though, is you can summon mobs. So you're essentially Necromancer Zelda. And so you just like summon shit and you're just like, and you just like have it go kill stuff. And then you make beds. And so you're really just a Necromancer that also makes beds. And honestly, it's fantastic. I'm loving it.
I can't remember if I said this last time, but I was really curious to see if that game was going to be 6-year-old friendly because my kid really wanted to play it. But she's never played a puzzle game before, and that game is definitely like,
yeah, it's got puzzles.
You can make stuff. So how do you get past this issue with the stuff you can make, right? I've never felt so smart in my whole life because she'd be like, I just don't know what to do. And I'd go, well, you were just taught how to make trees, and it looks like there's a line of trees there, but there's a space in between the trees. So maybe if you put a tree in the gap, you can walk across the trees. And dead ass, she goes, Mommy, you are so smart. And I was like, thank you. So, playing it with her has been a huge boost to my ego. I would say the puzzles, if you have a kiddo in your house that hasn't really like tackled a puzzle game yet like this with like this much option, you need some hand holding, but it's very cute and fun.
It is nice because it has that Breath of the Wild kind of feel mixed together with like an old style of Zelda. And so it's like you get the like, how can I solve this puzzle? But you have like so many different ways you can do it. And I did a few on stream and people like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do that. And I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Nerd.
Whatever. It's a great game.
Also, this past week, we had a brand new Kingdom 2 Crowns DLC come out.
Yes.
It's Greco-Roman. We also, the point and click, very stylish game, Phoenix Springs, came out. That is one to look up if you like a good point and click, but like with a really interesting art style. Very cool stuff. But coming, first off, if you like demos, if you don't want to buy a game, you just like demos. Next Fest starts, I believe, Monday or Sunday, one of them. And there's going to be
over 3,000 demos in the Next Fest next week.
So many demos, a lot of horror game demos, if that's your vibe. A lot of the demos for games that I played at Playdays for Summer Games Fest will be in this version of Next Fest. So 100% check out some of the very cool stuff there. But also in the purchasable side of things, speaking of Playdays, Neva, which is a game that I got to play. I did a whole preview of it on the channel. A very cool game by the Grease team. If you loved Grease, you will love this one even more. It is Doggo Babysitter, the game, and it's so much fun. Absolutely love it. Also, hey, do you like dancing? Because I believe Just Dance 2025 edition comes out this week.
Hot dog.
So
Just Dance is literally like the Madden for people who like dancing at this point. It's just like there's another one.
I mean, it gives you a reason to dance if you like dancing. You can learn the dances. You do all the dances. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm here for the lore. The lore of Just Dance is phenomenal. It's so crazy.
After this game has been out for a little bit, we got to have Sia back on.
Yep.
And be like, give us the deets. What's the lore? We need the update.
What is the lore update? What has happened? Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
the don't know the Just Dance lore? You're missing out.
What is the Just Dance? I feel like I've seen it.
The Just Dance lore is straight up like
there's like the people that are dancing in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
We were informed that the people that decide like which characters are going to be doing which dances and stuff, they create storylines for those people. So like certain
like Rasputin's having an affair, dude.
Yeah, there's like it's like a whole thing.
So like he'll be dancing with like some girl, and you're like, that girl.
There's like another girl, and she's like, "What are you doing with my man?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. But then there's like a love child. It's a soap opera. It's great.
That's pretty great. I actually
it
like that.
is very great. Hey, Super Mario Party Jamboree is a thing. Do you want to ruin friendships?
Honestly,
Damn
so
right
excited.
you do. Yeah,
guys, we should ruin our friendships. We should play Mario Party Jamboree.
I'd Jamboree.
I'd Jamboree. Jessup, will you Jamboree?
BG3 more than Jamboree.
Okay, fair enough.
Why don't you want a Jamboree?
Because I want a BG3.
We would do both.
Yeah, but Jamboree would make me not want a BG3.
Why not?
Because
so
then
we
I'd
should
want
BG3 before we Jamboree.
Right. Because
Okay.
if we Jamboree before BG3, I will not be a friend of thee. But
Ooh.
BG3 before Jamboree, that sounds like fun for
to
three.
me. Oh,
fun to me. That works. That's even better. Yeah.
That works better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Always end on
Pirates used to
Jamboree.
say that, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember pirates saying that in the history books.
It's true. Yeah. And then TMNT Mutants Unleashed is getting some releases. So you can play as new mutants. Mutants.
Hell yeah.
So that is it's a whole thing. Lots of fun stuff coming out. And more on the way. Like we're getting pretty soon. We're gonna have a new Call of Duty. We're gonna have all sorts of crazy stuff coming. So get ready. We're gonna have Keanu Reeves will be in a Sonic game for some reason. That's all coming down the pipeline. Get ready. It's happening.
Let's fall, isn't it? This is like the Game Central right now.
this
isn't
is
it?
the time. Yeah.
Yeah. This is it.
Very
Buckle
excited.
up. Get ready.
The only one that I will throw in there is, and I was sponsored to play this just as a heads up for everybody, but Amber Isle just came out, where
Don't know
you
what
get
Amber
to
Isle is.
Amber Isle, you get to make your own little dinosaur, and it's a cute game where you're running a craft shop as a dinosaur, and all of the characters are cute dinosaurs. There's lots of exploration and resource gathering, and the shop that you run, there's a bunch of different like types of like items you can make. So you can be like, I only make food, or I only make carpentry stuff, or I only make, whatever. It's very cute. I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I do like the dinosaurs.
If you want to make a cute dinosaur.
I do like the dinosaurs.
They're cute. They're cute, dude. Mm-hmm.
I played a trading card game simulator.
Oh my God. Sam is obsessed with that game.
Yeah, he's although I think he calmed down because I think he overplayed it and did it like everything you could do for the most part.
That is his method. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's pretty fun because like normally it's like any type of simulator thing where I got to order my product. I have to stack the shelves. I have to do it. But this one adds in the element of card opening.
Right.
So you can like buy packs of cards. You'd be like, you know what? I'm going to open the cards. And then you like open them and they all have values. And so then you can open a card, be like, oh, I'm going to put this on the shelf to sell because I opened a rare card. You could sell a rare card for like $2,000, $5,000, like whatever. And then people just started competing to see how big of a value card they could open. Mm-hmm. So just every streamer is like, I'm going to open a $50,000 card. And they're just like sitting there opening packs. And that's like the entire stream.
I mean, I was about to say that was a thing people did frequently when it came to Hearthstone and other card games where they just open. Crendor, I know you had streams where all you did was open cards.
Yeah, well, I literally did entire streams with TB where we did our pack opening off.
That's what I'm saying. It's popular. It's like a popular thing. People love that stuff.
Yeah, people, because it's just, you don't know. It's just RNG. You open packs. You don't know what you're going to get. And then that's the fun.
I guess the difference here is that there isn't like actual money on the line.
Yeah,
you can open up a bunch of packs and not be like, and now I'm in debt.
Yeah, but it also adds the element of then you can't stop. Because you're just like, well, I can just keep going. And then people just keep like trying to open the biggest value. Like, I just got to keep going.
Sure.
Just got to keep going. And I'd see people like Benji, he opened like 8 billion packs. And then he ended up having like speed mode on. Like he turned off VSync. So the packs would just be like, it's like going insane. And he's just like, I need it. He was role playing into it real hard. But he loves role playing anyways. Like I knew he was having a blast. And then he finally got his like $15,000 card, and he's like, I don't even feel anything. It's great.
It's like real life.
Yeah, it's like real life.
What do I even work toward now?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that was fun.
All right, Crendor, we need you to give chat homework. You know the drill. Give chat homework, dude.
Oh, God, homework. Did you change it now? It's where you give chat homework. Like you don't do the homework anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't ask questions. Just give us homework.
It's never been our homework.
Listen, I've seen this segment morph like numerous times.
No. You ain't seen nothing.
No. It's always been this way.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm in that weird timeline still.
You're in the weird timeline.
Yeah. Let's see. What have I been watching, reading, doing?
I believe Sailor Moon was what you told everyone to do last time.
Yep. Last time was Sailor Moon. Yeah. We actually are on the final 15 episodes.
Oh my God. You've really committed. I'm proud of you.
Well, we would every night after like streaming, we'll like watch something. So me and Toaster Woman will like sit there and watch whatever. But then we were like, we'll watch. We don't know because we were watching every like one episode a night. And so we started in like February. And now it's like it's like episode 184 or some shit. So it's like, all right, what's gonna happen? I don't know.
Word.
It's just so. I mean, we also watched Hercules for her birthday for Disney. That's what I was saying. Cute. That Hercules has the two evil little villain characters that are literally me and Jesse. Yeah, like straight up. True. Yeah,
they're very Cox and Crendor coded. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, very much. So.
Pain and panic.
Yeah.
Pain and panic in the morning.
Yeah, pain and panic in the morning. Which, to be fair,
is Crendor posted an image, and literally, if you look at that GIF, it is so clearly the two of us. Like,
yeah.
Pain literally just goes. At one point, it's real. I was like, "This is."
Roll the clip. Roll the clip.
Roll the clip. It just looks exactly like us, and it's really funny.
I've written down as homework, watch Hercules.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I would like to change this homework and don't watch the good Hercules. Watch the 90s Saturday morning Hercules, the TV show. The Kevin Sorbo TV show. Go watch that instead, please.
Don't even.
Because that shit is a whole thing. That is
this show thing. I remember this shit being on like in between rain delays and baseball games.
And then when they do the like Xena crossover episode, then you can jump ship and just start watching Xena instead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a show.
Or watch Young Hercules with Ryan Gosling. That's true. That's very true.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah. You know, can I tell you something about what I've realized about myself when looking back? Xena was an early indicator of my problems. So in Xena, there's many amazing characters, especially women. beautiful, like stone cold killer, like just gorgeous women. But the one that I was attracted to the most was the crazy one who kept trying to kill Xena. I was like, yo, that chick's so hot. She's like, I'm insane. I'm like, yeah, you are.
It's good to trace your sexual awakenings back. It tells you a lot about yourself.
Yeah, I was like, no, she's so evil. I love her. Right? Meanwhile, there's Xena herself, amazing. But I'm like, no, that crazy one, though. That's the... Yeah, that says a lot. Says a lot about me.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I just gotta meet a nice girl that's crazy.
I just need to meet a nice girl who's crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
a nice girl who tries to kill me, but not that often.
But like, not for real. But like, she hates me, but by love. Right?
Right.
Like she would kill for me, but not kill me.
Yeah. Right. We were bringing up Cox and Crendor story listening, or because somebody was like, but you guys watch movies every once in a while, right? Like on stream, like you'll watch that. That's like stories, and Crendor likes that. We watch like Medea's Christmas, which we discussed during last Christmas on this show. We watch like old ass 80 shitty movies. Like what was that one? Remo Williams. We watch Remo Williams. Like we watch like weird shit. We're not watching like actual good movies where you care about the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
fantastic.
Time Cop.
I care about the story.
Well,
Time Cop had a great story. There was time. We watched that one Schwarzenegger movie where he goes to space. That was good.
Wasn't that Time Cop?
No.
I already forgot.
He's blurring them together. That's how well he's paid attention. Yeah.
Time Cop's Van Damme.
Oh yeah, that was Van Damme.
Total Recall.
Oh, that's what it was. Total Recall. And they're like, get him out of the machine. He's like, I'm in the machine.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's a great one. Oh yeah, that's right. Because they blurred out the 3 boobs, and then you got mad.
Yeah, we never saw the 3 boobs, and I was mad about that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. On that note, much like the decapitation story.
Roll the clip.
And then immediately after the clip, Crendor, tell everybody what you're up to this next week. What's your life like?
My life is going to be doing what I do, which is streaming on Twitch TV Crendor. Still doing Kaizo Ironman, but I'm doing subpar Kaizo Ironman now, which is a variation of Super Kaizo Ironman invented by RX, number 1 RX. And it's a bit of an easier Super Kaizo, but still.
Have you beaten it?
I've beaten none of the Kaizos, no.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's about the journey.
It's about the journey. It's like if I actually beat it, I'll be like, what now? Well, then I go play the other version of Kaizo because I got to beat that one too. So yeah, doing that. I'll probably stream some Zelda because I've been having fun with that. I'll stream WoW because I'm still playing WoW. Still mount farming. You have fun
with that, just because you still play it.
I mean, I'm having fun with it. It's just I play in ways that you don't care about, of like mount farming.
That's true.
Yeah. Just trying to really like 80% of the reason I love playing is mounts. I love mount farming in that game. And then YouTube pointless top 10s. I got those over there. That's more WoW stuff. Top 10 lists. We've discussed it. You go watch those. Also, did you know you can purchase a midnight sloth roast?
You can
with a Dodger coffee. Did you know
can get the bundle, dude. We've got a bundle going. You could get the original Dodger coffee roast as well as the Midnight Sloth roast, which was our collaboration roast with Crendor. You can get both for cheaper than if you bought them both individually.
You're practically losing money if you don't buy it.
Yeah. You can check it out at DodgerCoffeeCo.com.
Yeah. And then, And then you can also check out Cox and Crendor podcast, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. It's we're on like episode 8,000. So
439, I believe.
8,000.
It's practically 8,000. That's like
the same.
In podcast years, that's practically 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jesse? What are you up to this
week? I'm going to be playing Metaphor all weekend long. Get ready. I'm going to start tonight, and we're going to see how far we can get before the weekend's over.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Fantastic. Twitch.tv/Jessup Cox.
No, that's not it. That would not help me at all. That would not help. That would not help me at all. Some other guy about to get all my views.
Is that an actual channel?
Maybe it is now.
It is now.
There's a Jessup Cox on Instagram.
Good.
Nope.
Hey everybody, I'm Dodger. Shout out to Dookie Shed. No hate to Crendor. Dookie Shed was going to be our guest this week, but he's in Florida. I hope anybody who is dealing with natural disaster shit, the evacuations, all of this, I hope you're staying safe. I hope everything's okay for all of you. Dookie Shed wanted everybody to know that he is okay, but he has no power currently, and so he was not able to make it. So shout out to all of you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much, Crendor, for joining us and filling in.
Hey, no problem. I like how you're like, no offense. I'm like, this is literally what I'm here for. I've done this for like
I'm here to
15
be
years.
The hangout guy.
Yeah, every time. Co-optional, dude. TB's like, we need someone. I guess we'll bring you in. And I'm like, dude, hell yeah. I'm here. Ready to go. Fired up. Backup quarterback.
Happy to have you. There's a good rapport here, you know.
Yeah.
And a lovingly aggressive rapport between the three of us, I feel like.
Exactly. Nothing quite like it.
Yeah. What else? Is there anything else that I needed to say?
You know what? I also realized people go to BlizzCon, just go to Disneyland.
Sure.
That's the other part of it. There's a lot of times where you're like, go to BlizzCon, but Disneyland is also right there.
Disneyland is also right there. Yep.
Yeah. Thought I'd bring that up.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you want to watch this VOD or any past VODs of Geekenders, you can find them on youtube.com/JessieCox. If you want to listen to us audio only, we are on all of the podcasty things. You can listen to us that way. You'll miss out on the visual goofs, but you know, it's fine. I think the only thing you missed this time was that I stuck a bunch of toilet paper up my nose at one point. So there you go. Now you know what you missed.
That did indeed happen.
Thanks for watching Well-Known Clip Show, Geekenders.
Yep.
Happy to have you. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.